Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and it is the beginning of week 5 of the Pantry Challenge, put on by Three Rivers Homestead, also known as the Three Rivers Challenge, which you'll see the hashtag down below. You're going to click on that and then you can see all the inspiration you need for all of January, and some of us are going into February doing the challenge also, which I am doing. I will say I don't think January was hard for me. This week we have a few things going on, like some dinners with friends, stuff like that, so I won't maybe have as many dinners this week, but I will try to get you some more recipes, whether it be a lunch or appetizers or something for some things going on. But these cats are so distracting to me. I am so sorry. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Normal people would probably edit that out, but I'm not going to. But anyway, Zipper tried to put his head in a bag and it fell off the counter. Anyway, so we'll see what we can get cooked up this week. Kind of hectic schedule, so we'll see how many recipes I can get in. But other than that, I'm excited to see what I come up with and how tired I'll be and what I can come up with when I have a tired night, right? But most importantly, it's going into week 5, so that means we finished January. Yay! 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 So that means it's time for the vintage cookbook giveaway. So stay tuned. Halfway through this video, I will put in the winner's name, or I will announce the winner's name, and then that person needs to contact me by email. And my email is in my description, but it is also CRCONNELLY.RC@gmail.com, but it is in the description. So I'm telling you, I'm going to do the random drawing from, I think it's called Random Pickers, but I'm going to use. It's put on by YouTube, so it'll do all the comments. So as long as you have liked, you're subscribed, liked, and commented on each one of the videos that I put on with that hashtag Three Rivers Challenge, you are in for the drawing for January. Now, the great news is there's going to be one for February also, because I'm doing the Pantry Challenge into February. Make it a little more challenging, but I'm telling you, I'm going to focus more on some of my older meat in the back of my freezer. Like you kind of get, like I was concentrating on some of the jars downstairs, but now I really want to focus on some of the meat in the back of the freezer, which I have done a few. I think in this video coming up I will be working on, so I'm going to be pulling some of that stuff out, but I don't know. It's funny how you go in streaks with things, but anyway, I digress. Sorry. So watch the video and I will announce this at some point who the winner is, and then I will show the new cookbook for February's challenge. So for the Pantry Challenge in February. So hopefully you're going to join me in February. If you're not going to be participating, maybe do 1 week. You don't have to do the whole month. But if not, at least watch my videos and maybe you'll get some inspiration for dinners or something like that. So let's do this. Let's see what we can come up with this week. Cheers. Okay, so I have just not very much, but a little bit of queso in the fridge, that white queso blanco, that I'm going to put in this crock pot. It's game day here. We're rooting for the Lions, the Detroit Lions. So, yeah, not huge sport fans, but you got to support your teams, right? So I'm going to throw this in here for just a quick lunch for my husband and myself. I have a half a bag of tortilla chips left. I figured we're just going to eat them for lunch. He ran to our business real quick, and then he'll be back in time to watch the game. We'll eat this just as a snack, and then we have a dinner later on that I'm going to do ribs and some red cabbage. So, but they're playing earlier today, so this is nice, so I can still have dinner too. But I went downstairs, got some of my taco meat from January 23. I'm going to throw some of that in there. This crock pot's probably way too big for what I'm doing, but whatever. And then I went down, I had some salsa open last night, but we ate such a big lunch out with friends that we didn't want dinner last night. So we had just a little bit of chips and salsa for dinner, and it used up the rest of the salsa in the fridge. So I went downstairs, got another one. This one's from June. So I'm going to get that together and put that all in one and get this warmed up, and that'll just be a quick lunch for us. But it gets this out of my fridge, and I can reuse this jar. And I did clear out a lot of the jars in my fridge that I had opened previously in the week. So like my other salsa jar, I can't even remember. They've already been through the dishwasher. I was so excited. So, okay, let's do this. I'm going to do like half the jar, I think. Like I said, we don't have a ton of chips left, but worst comes to worst, we can just eat this with sour cream, and I have lettuce and stuff like that. That going. Clean out this jar. I love me queso. I could eat chips and queso every day of my life. Swear to God. swear to God. I'm trying to get all of it out to use all of it up because I love it so much. Okay, so I'm going to empty in a little bit of my salsa. Ow, god dang, that's already getting hot. I just turned it on. Yeah, see, I have littler crock pots, but I have the little dipper one, and I didn't know if it'd be too much. And then I have the ones where there's the smaller ones, but they're like two attached, and I didn't have anything for the second one, so I didn't want to do that. But it is what it is. A little bit more of that. It's not very much, but it'll be enough for a lunch. I don't know. Might add something else. I'm not sure yet. I do have some Mexican blend cheese in here in the fridge. I'm going to add a little bit of that. Just want to save a little bit of it because we're going to have carnitas later on in the week for my canned carnita mix. All right. I think that's good. It'll be nice and filling and enough for lunch because we're having a pretty decent sized dinner for Sunday dinner. So, yay, let this get warmed up. Where's my lid? Let that baby go. I got it on low for right now because he won't be home for like a couple hours. Okay, so here we are going to make some everything bagel bites. They're low carb. We're using the low carb tortillas. You use what you have. And then this is cream cheese that I had left in the fridge. So I'm using that up. It's the spreadable kind. Obviously, if you have regular cream cheese, just make it soft. Put it in the microwave or leave it sit out for the day. And I'm just using it up, spreading it thoroughly all the way to the edges because we're going to roll these up and cut them up. So we want all the taste, evenly all over the tortillas. And then you're going to want to get your everything bagel seasoning out. You know the stuff. It's so good. So that's what you will sprinkle generously all over the cream cheese. Obviously, you could put more cream cheese on here. This is what I had. I wanted to use it up, the container in the fridge. So that's what I did. So now I'm just going to sprinkle this all over the top of it. I will tell you, my husband loves these. He used to be a big bagel fan before we started eating low carb so many years ago. And so when I make these for him, and they only take minutes, I mean minutes to make, probably about, I'd say less than 15 minutes. He loves these. So I sprinkle a little cheese on them. You don't have to do that. But I think I had like a little left of this bag. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put them on there. And you just roll them up tight. because we're going to slice them up here in a minute. I just highly recommend these because it's a quick breakfast and it is so tasty and there's so much flavor to them. You will love them. And you can make them high carb or low carb. Do whatever you want. Here we are just cooking them up in some warm butter over the stove, and we're just going to flip them. Just going to flip them and rotate them a couple times. So about 3 to 4 minutes they'll cook. Warm up, get melty and crunchy on the outside. And there you have them. They're so good. Okay, so next up, just so you know, this is all I have of my applesauce in the fridge. I'm going to put it in a container and get this washed up. It's going to go in a container ready for my husband's lunch tomorrow. Then I can bring up another one. We got lots of applesauce, which I love. We also have blueberry pie filling from March when my husband and I went blueberry picking. And we like to go blueberry picking, apple picking, raspberry picking, and cherry picking. We went this year. And I made some cherry barbecue sauce. And I really need to use some of that now. Because when I first wanted to use it, it was like too soon. And, you know, you want to leave it set for a while. I can never get a can open. I'm doing barbecue ribs today, but not with that because I'm doing a recipe out of a book. Okay, I can only do it when it's off camera. I don't know. But we're good. Got a good seal. So what we're going to make is blueberry cobbler. Now this blueberry mix is for a pie filling, so it can go into pie if it wanted to, but I did make it sugar-free. So it's set up beautifully. Look at that. So I'm going to spray this, which this is nice because I don't have to do all the, not that blueberry cobbler is super hard to make, you know what I mean? But still, this part is all done. So I just need to make, and I'm going to do my crust, the cobbler part. Oh my God, yum. As almond flour. Just an almond flour, little sweetener, butter, a little vanilla, and that's going to be our topping for it. I think I need a longer spoon. Look at that. That is beautiful. I can't wait. I have one more jar down there from picking. I think I have blueberries in the freezer too, but I wanted to make up pie filling. I cannot wait. So that was in, when did we go? March. I can't wait for March. And I don't want to rush my life away, but I am super excited about this. So it's a beautiful sunny day here, even though it's cold out. Well, it's I think going to get like 19 degrees or something. And snowy out there, but the sun is shining, and you know how much that makes all the difference in the world. So I'm going to spread this down. I sprayed my pan, which you saw, and now we're just going to make a quick topping to go over that. Oh my God, that's good. Okay, we need, of course, where are my scissors? About a cup and a half of almond flour. So that, oh geez. The nice thing about a crumble is it's very forgiving. It's what they call rustic, right? So you don't need a perfect pie crust. You don't need a perfect ratio of all this. This is a half cup scoop. So it's nice if you don't have something totally perfect with it because you're not spreading it. You're just making it look kind of pretty. Giving it a little crust on top. Okay, so this has got to go in my container. Refill that baby. Then we're going to put in a little bit of salt. When I am baking, I use table salt. I use a little coarse salt if I'm cooking because obviously it dissolves down in. I need a 1/4 cup of whatever sweetener you want to use. Oh, 1/4 cup? No, screw it. Say 1/2 cup, but I'll just do a little. Dusty. Need 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, I don't know what I told you, but I mean a 1/4 teaspoon. I may have told you a 3/4 teaspoon. I don't know. I think I need to get my eyes checked. So I'm like, that's not right. I don't think is that what I said to them? Okay, baking powder, people, baking powder. I like to add fresh ground nutmeg in here. This little machine you can get on Amazon. It's amazing. And fresh ground nutmegs feel so good. So fragrant. Okay, so let me get this mixed up. I need lemon zest. If you don't have lemon zest, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It just helps bring out the blueberry tasting, you know, the flavor. And I'm just doing a little because my husband is going to want these lemons for later. So just a tad of it. Put it back in the fridge for him. All right, so I'm going to mix this up. And then you're going to want about 3 tablespoons of butter cut up in small pieces, cold butter, but you know. Oh, you know what? I need to put a little bit of, just a smidge vanilla in. I hate cutting butter into stuff. Probably why I don't make my own pie crust, to be honest with you. I've done it, been there, done that. It's just not a thing for me. I'd rather put my efforts into other parts of cooking or baking. So when I do 3 tablespoons of butter, I usually have it at room temperature. I'm going to just do it right on here real quick. I'm going to eyeball it. And I don't know. I use a fork. That's about it. This is probably going to be a disaster. But this is just how I do things. You do you. I'm not a professional baker. I don't need to have it perfect. This turns out really good every time. Don't judge me. And then we're just going to use the fork. So to me, I don't want it cold. I want it room temperature so I can do this a little bit. I don't want to be sweaty. Have a workout going on. It's just not my thing. And then we can add like 2 to 3 teaspoons of heavy cream. If you have almond milk, whatever you have. See, works just fine. Still hot already. The sun's coming out, and I think I turned the heat up 1 degree this morning because I was so cold and I had coffee and everything else. And finally turned the heat up a little bit, and now the sun comes out. Now I think I need to turn it back down. Okay, let's get a little heavy cream. Excuse me. 2 to 3 teaspoons. 1, 2. We're going to see how this goes. You just want it kind of nicely moistened just a little bit. That's it. You can see the fresh nutmeg in there. So I love it. So it forms like this type right here. And get this mixed in. Okay, see how it's got like this texture to it? That's what you want. Then you're just going to put it over top. My oven is preheating. My God, I cannot talk. 375. We will bake it for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. You don't need to pack it down. I could use my bigger pan. I don't know what pan I haven't made this in a while, and I couldn't remember what pan I used, but this is pretty thick in here. So we want a good crumbage. Yeah. It smells really good. You can smell that nutmeg and the vanilla. All right, it's going in the oven just the way it is. Like I said, 375 for 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, it's out of the oven. Doesn't it look amazing? So excited to have this as a dessert all week long. Okay, so we are going to make a couple appetizers for, have I made this for you guys before? I don't know, doesn't matter. My cooking club is coming over and we're just doing appetizers because we're going to do a craft also. So we're making the appetizers ahead of time. So we're actually not cooking this time. So I'm doing a garlic dip. I may have made this for you before. I don't know. It's so good. I'm going to serve it with like those almond crackers that are tomato basil. It's amazing with it. So you need 8 ounces of cream cheese, softened. It's been sitting out for a while. I need some sour cream. Find the spoon over here. And again, this is forgiving, so mix this up a little bit. You need about a cup of sour cream. I'll do a little bit more. Okay. Put this to the side. Tablespoon of heavy cream. That's good. And garlic to whatever you prefer. Minced garlic. I don't have time to mince up stuff right now. I'm trying to do several things at once. So I'm just using the jar. I do have whole garlic. But, you know, a good tablespoon or 3 or 4 heads or whatever. I think I'll do this and then a little bit of garlic powder is what I usually do. Get this out of my way. It's dirty. Let me get some garlic powder also. Okay. Salt. I use table salt for stuff like this, so this way it's not too granular in your mouth. You know what I mean? Not too salty. And a little bit of pepper. Okay, we're going to get this all mixed together. Okay, let's be smarter than the machine here, Rachel. What the hell? There we go. I do want to put a little bit of oregano in here, but I just want to get this mixed up real quick. Let me get the oregano. Okay, just a smidge. All right, that's good. Okay, so I scooped it up. It fits in my cute little container here. This is what I'm going to serve it in tomorrow. It's best to at least let it sit in the fridge covered for at least an hour or two. Bare minimum, probably an hour, so it marries all the flavors together. This is so good. It's so good with just regular salt, not salty, like Ritz cracker, stuff like that. But it's really good with like a flavored cracker, like a tomato basil cracker. It's amazing. The flavors go together so well. So I'm going to put it in the fridge. It'll be ready tomorrow for when the girls come over. Okay, so I had artichoke hearts in a jar that were left in the fridge. So I took those out and I have those I'm going to chop up. I did an 8-ounce thing of frozen spinach, microwaved it so it's all nice and thawed out. I'm going to just chop these up. I need 2 ounces of cream cheese, which I got out over here, but I do have to warm that up a little bit. I'm not cooking them tonight. The mushrooms are going to go in tomorrow, but I just want to pre-prep them. So I've already stemmed them, washed them. And I will probably tell you now I'll have way too much stuffing for this, which is fine because I'll use it in something else later on in the week. I'll use it as a dip for something for just us to eat. So I'm going to get this in here. This here. I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to heat it back up in the microwave for about 20-25 seconds. Oh, my hands are all slippery now. So I can mix this all together. Okay, I mix that together. I'm going to put in a little bit of mozzarella cheese. Some pepper. Some salt. And you can put garlic or garlic powder in. Shoot, I have one downstairs. Hold on. All right, we still got some in there. I'm going to put garlic powder. I'm just going to mix this up, and now we're going to stuff it into the shrooms. Okay, so I know I should have got a bigger pan, but it is what it is. So I got to stuff these best I can. So I can use the bigger chunks. And my girls, we love mushrooms. And we love them stuffed. So this is going to work out really well. I got to be careful. I don't want to get too much in one. And these are like all different sizes. We'll see how well these go, the ones that are on their sides. Okay. Maybe a little too much for some of these. I'm going to do some of these little ones. They're so cute. Let's see. Kind of need more cheese, I feel, but It's what it is. Let me get these stuffed. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle it all. Parmesan cheese. And we'll put it in the oven tomorrow. So right now it's going to go in the fridge. Overnight. Okay, so I am going to do for a side today red cabbage. Some people don't like red cabbage. If you've joined me before, you know I love red cabbage, and I get it from get these big pieces off here. But you know, A Christmas Story. Ralphie loves red cabbage, and that's where I've never had it before watching that movie, and then I'm like, what is that? So that's how. Trying to cut this down in smaller pieces. That's how I discovered it. And we made it in our cooking club one year, years ago, and I've loved it ever since. I've tried to get people to like it. My husband, in the beginning, didn't like it. Now he'll eat it. So, he's come such a long way. He's such a trooper. You know it's going to cook down like spinach does type thing. You know what I mean? I just don't like huge pieces. I was a little worried. It's been in the fridge for a while, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, I gotta use this. And it hit the outer shell was getting a little weird looking. I'm like, ah, crap. So I got it all off there. We're good. Washed it down. Put it in here. And my husband and my sister-in-law, his sister, always said, we don't like that purple stuff, that purple cabbage. I'm like, you don't? I don't know. Personally, I don't think my mother-in-law was a great cook. So maybe that was part of the problem. But he eats it now, and I truly believe there's always a recipe for everyone out there for every item to eat. You just got to find the right one. So this is how I normally do it in the skillet, but I thought I'm going to do ribs later. It's game day. We're watching the Lions. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it in the crock pot and get this going, because it does take where you got to simmer it on the stove for a good amount of time. So I'm just going to put it in the crock pot and get it going. So follow me along. All right, I'm going to put in a Granny Smith apple, just chunked up, sliced up, thin, whatever. I'm trying to get the rest of it. That goes in there, and then we're going to do a white onion sliced up also. Okay, white onion, yellow onion. I had yellow, my bad. So that's what I'm putting in here. All right, we're getting this all in here in chunks. You don't have to peel the apple. If you don't have Granny Smith and you have something else, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so I know there's apples in this, but for the most part, you know how I feel about apples. If or any fruit, if it's fresh, then I'm okay with using it once in a while during low carb. We've been doing it long enough, you know. So I'm going to put in some sweetener of your choice, about a quarter cup. We want salt and pepper. Now this, because I'm cooking, I will use my little bit coarser salt. Go over my shoulder for luck. God knows I need it. Some pepper. We need some cinnamon. Where is my cinnamon? Cinnamon. I just refilled all my spices and realigned them. Oh, you guys, and it's amazing. Okay, not a lot, because my husband doesn't like a lot of cinnamon. Okay, and oh, my cloves. Where are the cloves? Okay. Cloves. And apple cider vinegar and a little bit of water. So hold on. Okay, well, that's all I have. I think I have more downstairs, but I'm not going to go get it. It's good enough. So about a half a cup usually is what you want. That was probably about a quarter cup. And now I need a half a cup of water. So I added a little extra water. my measuring cup back. Oh, and we want just a little bit of butter in there. All right, I'm putting the butter in. Where's my spoon? Hold on. I don't know if this is going to stir very well, but we'll try our very best. And there's a lot of moisture in, well, the apples, of course, and in the cabbage. So it'll cook right down, kind of like spinach does. This is so good, you guys. If you've never tried red cabbage like this, it is good. It's good with bacon in it also. Let me get this one cut. It's soft. It'll fall apart eventually, but still. But even with bacon in it, I've done the bacon version also. So kind of like Brussels sprouts, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, bacon makes everything better, but this one we've had enough now. This will be a sweet cabbage. He'll be happy with it. I'll be happy with it. All right, so we are going to put it on low. You can put it on high if you want in the crock pot, but I'm going to, if you do it on high, do it for 3 hours. If you do it on low, do it for 5 hours. I'm going to, I'll probably put it on high for an hour and then low for the rest because we got probably a good 4 hours before we eat dinner. Okay, so I thought these were short ribs and they're spare ribs, so it's kind of going to be the same but a little different at the same time. But they're going to go in the oven for about an hour and a half. I'm going to do some trim in here a little bit and get some barbecue seasoning on them and get them in the oven at I'm going to do 375. Okay, so I'm going to put this Kinder's barbecue rub on them. And I'll top them off with sauce when it gets close to them being done. Right, this is going to go in the oven. Here we go. Someone likes it.
Yeah. Look at his eyes. A little warm for you?
Okay, so we are going to have a really quick dinner tonight because I'm tired and I worked late and we had a meeting at work and I didn't get a chance to put my roast in the crock pot that I wanted to. So I went downstairs and got some of my pork carnitas out. I know they don't look pretty, but I think they'll taste just fine. I have not tried mine yet. I haven't tried them. I did them back in February. And then I pulled out some Tex-Mex corn that I did in August. So we'll see how that turned out too. So I haven't tried either one of these yet. So it'll be kind of fun to see how those go. I have my low-carb tortillas that I'm going to use. And we're going to make this super quick and easy and just fill our bellies. And I'm going to heat some up in a saucepan. I don't know why I got a fork, but I love the cooked meat in a jar when it's canned because it is just so tender. I don't think I'm going to just leave some in the jar still. And it just mushes right down. It smells really good. I'm going to get it heated up first and I'll see if I need to adjust anything. We'll go from there. Alright, so that's heating up and then I emptied my whole corn in here because I'll just put it back in the fridge in another container if I need to. Obviously we're not going to eat it all, but you know what I mean. So just leave it in the jar. Okay, so I heated up my little tortillas for like 10 seconds in the microwave. The meat I put on each one. I add a little bit of my corn biscuits. Here, cheese. I'm going to add some cheese and a little bit of hot sauce. And call that good. If biscuits doesn't eat my or taco sauce is what I'm putting on here. There, and that is what we are eating for dinner out of my pantry tonight. Breaking news, this just in, hot off the press, we have the winner of the giveaway for the vintage cookbook drawing. And it is Nana426. Yay! Congratulations, Nana426, and thank you for supporting me and my channel. It really helps a lot, and I appreciate all of you out there that have commented, liked, shared, subscribed over this past month of January during the Pantry Challenge, and there will be another giveaway in February at the end of the month for February's Pantry Challenge. The second part of it, I believe it's the second part of this cookbook. I'm not quite for sure. It's like the second series of it or whatever. So, Nana426, I need you to email me. My information's in the description box. Email me your name and address, and I will get that shipped out to you. And I'm so excited for you. I hope you love the cookbook, and I hope you love cookbooks as much as I do, because they're one of my favorite things. So, I always tell everyone at work, they laugh at me. I don't read. I just read cookbooks. I don't read books. I read cookbooks. So, anyway, congratulations, and stay tuned, and let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Cheers! Okay, so I'm home for lunch. I'm going to get this roast in the crock pot. It's an farm roast, so it's a beef roast, and it's from August of 2022. So, it's one of those things from the back of, oops, hold on, sorry. From the back of the freezer that we're getting out, right? So, I chopped some onion. I'm trying to do this quick because I want to be able to relax before I get back to work. So, priorities. Don't want to lose my, I already peeled 2 carrots that were out of the fridge. I'm getting down on my carrots, let me tell you. And I'm going to put carrots and onions in there. You know, just gotta sharpen my knives. I'm trying to do it as quick as possible. And don't think I'm throwing these away, because these are all going to go, I'll take my onion goggles off, in my scrap bag in the freezer to make more broth later at some point. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. Throw that away. Alright, I am going to use up packets that I have in my pantry here that are in my cupboard. So I have packets downstairs that are full if I need them for something, but if I've opened them and only used half, I throw them up in the cupboard here so I remember to use them. So this one's been opened for brown gravy. I know it's got a little bit of flour in it, but screw it. I'm gonna put that on top. And then I got several little packages of ranch in there that are like halvesies. So, biscuits, no. So I'm gonna throw that in there. And now I'm gonna get some broth. Okay, so I went downstairs to get my veggie broth that I canned in February. Did that really fast. Biscuits was trying to beat me down the stairs. Almost tripped me. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to put in there. I might put a bay leaf. Let's put a small one in. Alright, I'm going to put it on low and let that go for a good 7-8 hours. Okay, so we served it with cauliflower, mashed cauliflower, and it is so good, and the house smells amazing. Okay, so for dinner tonight, it's the vintage cookbook time. So I'm going to use one of my favorites. You've seen me use this in the past during cookbook collaborations, all that kind of stuff. But it is from Southern Living Cookbook. It's the vegetable one. There's so many recipes for every kind of vegetable in this book, and I highly recommend it. And I know some of you have went on eBay and Etsy and got it, but like, there's no pictures, but it's just lima beans, green beans, corn, stewed corn, vegetable soups, tomato soups, anything. If you have a garden, this is the book for you. Stuffed peppers, candied sweet potatoes, so every vegetable, and there's fruits in here, all kinds of stuff. It is an amazing, amazing cookbook. I think this is one of the few pictures that you get to see. But I love it. And there's the meat one too. Amazing. Did I say that right? It's amazing. Okay. Sorry, my nose is itching. This is the recipe we're going to use tonight. Tasty corn. It's going to have a sour cream mixture on it. Instead of cans of corn, which I could use my canned corn downstairs, I'm going to use 2 bags of frozen corn that I've had in the freezer since 8 of 22. We're going to use those up. So that is what we're going to do for a side, and we're having steaks for dinner. Okay, we have these 2 beautiful ribeyes that I got in my cast iron. I got the oil going. I'm going to put some Worcestershire sauce on them. And some, use up my, which is a shame, so I need to get some more anti-no-nos. It's the seasoning salt, which is very good. Sure, get it on the fat, make it yummy. So this has like garlic powder, garlic, onion, spices, sea salt. So we're good there. I'm going to put a little pepper. We like pepper. And then I'll season the other side in a few minutes. I've just got this on a medium heat. We're going to let this go a little bit. We like ours medium rare. So I'm going to get it going a little bit, and I might even top it off in the oven. I'm not for sure. Depends on how this is going to go here tonight. Okay, and over here, I'm going to put butter in. And I got an onion chopped up. We're going to get that going on like a medium heat and get that sauteing also. Oh, gotta clean this kitchen. Okay, and I also decided it's game night here. It's kind of important to us here in Michigan right now for football. So I'm going to do, I had this down there for a while in my pantry, probably, I don't know, it's been months and months and months. But I'm going to make this up real quick and use some beef broth with it and a lot of butter, and it's amazing. I think I'm going to turn these. I turn them down on a low. Now, add this. Our onions are getting soft. I really got to get my rice going, I think, here real quick. Okay, so I got the rice in there. Put the packet in, and instead of the water, I'm going to use beef broth. Okay. And butter. Lots of butter. Okay, let's see how this is doing. This is good. I don't want to turn this up yet because I still want to get these things going a little bit, and then I'll turn this up a little bit better here. Okay, I'm going to put in some 2 tablespoons of flour over here. Get that going. I'm going to turn that down a little bit and get my salt in. I want to cook out the flavor of the flour just a little bit here. We're getting this going. We're doing good. Could have a little problem. Don't have a full cup of sour cream, but we use what we have, a little at a time. Awful thick. Let's see what else I'm supposed to put in here. Well, I'm going to improvise because I think I need a little more juice in here. So I'm going to just put some of the broth in here. Oh no. Don't know about this one, you guys. Because it says put the corn in. I might not use the second bag. I might put the second bag back. Put some pepper. Get this heated up. Get this corn going a little bit. Okay, so over on the corn here, I pulled this off for right now because I didn't realize this damn rice takes so long. I haven't made it in so long. So I just put those off to the side for right now. It calls for bacon. I don't have any bacon thawed out. So I went downstairs, got some bacon bits. So I'm going to put that in there. And I just got this on low. We're going to get that all cooked up. But I'm getting this rice going. It came to a boil. I turned it down. Did I turn it down? No, of course not. Turned it down to a medium and put a lid on it. And so that should be done here in about 20 minutes. 5 minutes beforehand, this will be all coming together and we will have dinner. Show you the look of this. Now, I know we're not buying or trying to spend much, but I will add sour cream to my grocery list because I use it a lot in a lot of different things. There we go. I also want to give you a little update that all for January, the only time I went to the grocery store was to get my Coke Zero, bananas, and I did get a thing of sour cream. I haven't used it yet, but I did get it. Oh, and chocolate for my husband. He's got to have his chocolate. He didn't ask to do this pantry challenge, right? It was me. Was there anything else? Well, my Bacardi, duh, of course. I think that was it, besides cat food. It was mainly the cat food, Coke Zero, bananas. So no other fresh veggies or fruits. I did buy from Flash Food a couple things, some meat that was on clearance because Flash Food, if you don't know what it is, you can watch my other videos. It's a clearance way. It's an app for certain stores. It's based out of Canada. It's coming through different states, and it's how they get rid of their, it eliminates food waste. So if you buy their clearance food through that app, It's at our Myers and our VGs and our family fare stores and stuff like that. You get clearance food, all different kinds of food, even products. It doesn't matter if it's just food or not, and at least half off. And but you have to buy it through the app. Not you go to the store, but you buy it through the app. So anyway, so I did buy some ribs, 3 things of ribs, because they're like $4 for like big things of ribs. So I did get those. I'm not using those during the pantry challenge. The point is to use the stuff I already have, but I'm also not going to turn down great deals or clearance items because that would be stupid, right? So flash food I can do from my phone. I can see it and my husband will go pick it up, or I'll go pick it up, whatever. The grocery store itself was basically just my little treats. So it was like my Coke Zero and my his candy, and I think I did get him some A&W bananas because he likes a fresh banana every day in his lunch. That type of stuff. No, nothing else. I didn't go buy any other produce, no other fruits. So I just want you to know I did very well. And I didn't buy anything else. Any meat that I bought, and it was only meat, clearance meat, if I bought it, it's in the freezer and I am not touching it till after the pantry challenge. And I probably won't touch it for months because I know I just got it. You know what I mean? But, and I think I have 1 rack of ribs in there already that I will use up before I use those 3. So, there we go. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know I wrote down a couple comments about a few things that I forgot about. Oh, the appetizers. I apologize, I did not get an after video. After, obviously I made the onion dip. Onion dip? Yeah. And that always is amazing. It's so good and so easy to make. But no garlic dip. I don't know why I want to call it onion dip all the time. And the stuffed mushrooms, they came out really good, but I did not get an after video of them. I wanted to take a picture take a video when we were having our cooking divas and we were getting ready and stuff, but we just got so into what we were doing and crafting that I did not get that video. So I apologize for that. Also, again, congratulations to Nana426 for winning, hold on, this cookbook. Yay! Congratulations, Nana. Remember to email me. You have a week to email me, so make sure you get in there. Email me your information so I can get a hold of you. Now, the new one for February. And so all of February, you have to, any video that I have the hashtag 3RiversChallenge in for February, you need to comment on that, please. Now in February, I'm going to have you comment a heart or an emoji. Let's do an emoji of your choice. I don't care. Do whatever you want. You can do a cat. Bonus. Kissy faces, hearts. Do whatever you want. It's Valentine's Day. So give me some love in emoji version. Okay? That's what I want you to do. You could also leave a comment. But as long as there's an emoji in there, then I know that you really are wanting book number 2. And this was published, so see how this is Recipes for Good Eating? This is New Recipes for Good Eating. And it's from 1948. This was from 1945. So this is a few years later, 1948. Again, they don't do pictures. Well, they do a few pictures. Look at that. Looky. Different. I was trying to see if there's other pictures like that in there. So, if you want to be entered for February's Vintage Cookbook giveaway, give me a love emoji of some sort in the comments down below for every one of my videos in February for the Pantry Challenge. Okay, so there's probably going to be 4, maybe 5, I doubt it, but probably 4. Okay, this being number 1 of February. So, get your emoji in, and then I know that you want to be entered for this. And obviously leave me comments at any point. Even if you don't want a cookbook, leave me a comment and then I'll know you're not really entered into that, but you just want to give me some love of your own, and I appreciate it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let's see what comes up next time. Cheers.